Hello everybody, welcome to this brand new Let's Play. My name is Jkai and I'll be your host. We are playing The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. It's an indie title. It was released within the last month or a few weeks. And I'm really excited to play through it. It's an ARPG, an action RPG, so it plays a lot like Diablo and Torchlight. Now, I never actually got a chance to play those sort of games, so I'm incredibly excited to play through this today. And so, I haven't actually played through this game at all. I'm pretty much going into it blind. I played through just the intro level to adjust my settings for fraps, because if I max out everything, I get 20 frames a second. So we can just, we'll start a new game so you understand the story. It's also online, but I hear online is a bit glitchy, but the company who's made this game, Neocores Games, they're releasing a lot of updates constantly, so that should be sorted out very soon. Let's create a character. We're going to be playing on hard difficulty. It's not recommended for anyone who's new at ARPGs, but I always play games in hard. There's also heroic, but I'm not going to even dare. And there is an intro cutscene to tell you everything you need to know about the story, so I'll shut up during that. This is also, this first episode is also going to be more of a impressions video, just to get a grip on the graphics, gameplay, and let you know if it's really worth your money. It's $15 on the Steam store. From what I see on the screenshots and user reviews, it seems worth it, but you need to make up your own decision on that. So let's just play.
It all began with a call for help. A letter from Borgovia addressed to Van Helsing, the great monster slayer, my father. He doesn't take cases anymore, but I am a hunter too. So I set off on a journey with Lady Katarina, my remarkable companion. I'm an expert on the supernatural, and I seem to be drawn to it. Occasionally events get out of control, and then we have to leave in quite a hurry. Sometimes it's Katarina's fault. She can be quite reckless at times. Still, she always helps me save the day. And she also happens to be a ghost. My father rescued her from Borgovia, and she has been bound to serve our family ever since. Katarina often complains about it, but I think she really likes the thrill of the adventure. She is a charming soul, but she also has a darker side. Good. It comes in helpful when I'm in danger. Somewhere along the way, we slowly learned to work together. And finally, in the cold rain of Venice, we became a team. The last leg of the journey was by sea. Apart from the Kraken, the pirates, and the storms, it was mostly uneventful. I had time to ponder my mission. Once Borgovia was a dark place where monsters lived. Long ago, my father defeated the immortal kings, created a peace treaty, and entrusted the land to some enlightened individuals. What could have happened there? What could be even more frightening than the reign of monsters? The closer we drew to Borgovia, the more confusing the rumors became. The land behind the Thunderhead Mountains was wrapped in mystery. As our carriage approached the mountain pass, I had a sense of foreboding. It didn't really surprise me when I heard an explosion. The adventure has just begun.
Wow, what an intro. That was pretty interesting. The voice acting, I have to say, is quite well. So we are in Thunderhead Mountains now. I believe we're right here. Gorgon Pass. We need to get past it to go to Borgovia. There's a little story here. The only way in and out of Borgovia, through the treacherous chasms of the Thunderhead Mountains. No wonder it was always a favorite hunting ground for bandits and other rascals. So I'm guessing the first few enemies are going to be bandits and hoodlums that Mr. Van Helsing is going to have to fight off. An interesting thing that this isn't Van Helsing himself, this is his son that we're playing as. And I also heard that this game is going to be part of the trilogy. There's going to be part 2 and part 3. I heard part 2 is coming out in 6 months, but that's just a rumor that I heard. So I'm very excited to get into this. Hopefully it's a good game. Might be a bit of a long let's play. Might be short. I have no idea. No. Loading bars are splotches of blood. That's pretty clever.
How did he survive that?
Katerina, shouldn't you help me out with this?
Please, they're just some ragged outlaws. See, it wasn't that difficult, was it?
So this is how they welcome folk around here.
Yes. Why? It is an ancient and venerable tradition.
So we just left click to move around and pick up stuff. Corpse, there's some gold. You can switch between your melee and range weapons by pressing R, or these icons. Okay, so I have swords. Press Q when you need to heal. So I'm guessing these potions, there's health potions and mana potions. I'm assuming you can swap these out with any potions you need, so you just hotkey them. And oh, see, I was injured. So I can press Q to heal up my health. So this is health, mana. I'm guessing these are weapons that I have in both hands. So sword in this hand, sword in this hand. Press R to swap between my pistols. Standard stuff. Arcane healing. Heals all characters. I'm guessing these are like special spells or auras. And town portal is over here. Teleports you back to your hideout. Well, we don't have a hideout yet, I'm assuming. And I did play enough just to level up and look at the skill tree. Over here, above our weapon icons, there are special powers that our different weapons have. Oh, just click on the enemies to shoot them. Easy. So, I want to explain. Stop coming. So above our weapon icons, you can see these three icons here. Only one of them is active. That's the only one we have unlocked. And these are power-ups to our weapons. So if we press R, our sword has Stunning Strike. Stuns the enemy for 1 second. So you left click it, and it adds it up. So as you can see, it adds up to your, basically queues up the spell. Then when you use your spell, well, the effect happens. And each of these power-ups cost rage, and I think you build up rage just by fighting enemies normally. So you right click to remove those. And we found a pistol. So our inventory, as well as all of our other menus, are here. We have inventory, character sheet, skills, perks, journal, map, achievements, and menu. We'll go through all of those eventually. So we go through our inventory, and here we have our different weapons that we collected. This is what we have, and this is in our bag. And potions are over here. Lady Katarina, our little subject, can die. Well, sort of die. She's already dead. You can just give her potions whenever she needs to heal. So our normal pistol does 3 damage. These flintlock pistols do 6 to 9 damage, and increase in the DPS. So we just right click to equip it. If you see green, pretty much, if you see 5.62 DPS plus 18 protection. If you see green, you just equip it. And because I'm new to ARPGs, I'm also going to be treating anyone who views these videos as new to ARPGs as well. So if you already know all this stuff, if you're a veteran of Diablo, obviously you don't want to watch this video, you don't have to. But I'll just be explaining everything. These are chumps. I think I hit a crit there. So as you can already tell, the game is pretty gorgeous. I've got the there's one setting I'll show you. Options, video, advanced. This setting here, high shaders, which increases the quality of all the textures on the map. I had to turn that off because that was chugging my frame rate. But even with that off, the game looks gorgeous.
Oh my, that was stupid.
I'm impressed, actually. They do have a sense of theatrics.
We could still fly over the chasm.
Really?
Oh, right. Sometimes I forget how human you are.
We should follow the normal pathway there.
Okay, so that's another thing I really like. First impressions, the voice acting seems pretty well done, and I quite like the banter between Helsing and Lady Katarina. Quality armor. We are already wearing quality armor. We don't need to change anything. Just kill the pigeon. And Helsing, why would you kill a pigeon? Oh, the dreadwolves. Okay, so they dropped a longsword, 8 gold, mana potion. We don't have any spells yet, so we don't need to worry about that. But we did level up, and whenever you level up, you can turn on these two menus here: the character sheet and the skills. So we have over here 5 ability points that we can place into all these stats, and we have 5 skill points which we can place into this skill tree. Now there are 2 skill trees. There's the Occult Hunter, which is ranged skills, Mystic Warrior, which is melee skills, and there's also Tricks and Auras, and these are like perks, I think. Now on the other side here we have Body, Dexterity, Willpower, and Luck. Now if you played any RPG, you should know what these are already, but for those that don't, Body gives you more health, and your melee damage does more. Your melee attacks do more damage. Dexterity is for dodging and for ranged attacks, and Willpower is for, well, it's just spell damage, and it gives you more mana, and mana is consumed whenever you use spells. And Luck is for dodging, getting gold, finding stuff, and dealing critical damage. So whatever character you want to play as, because there are no classes in this game, and I'll explain why, whatever character you need to play as, you need to do a specific combination of stats and your skill tree. For example, if you want to play a ninja character, you want to put a lot of points at the Body, which gives you attack damage, and Luck, which gives you dodging and critical strike damage. Now on the other side we have our skill tree. Now there's only 2 skill trees for the 2 modes, but these are very in-depth. From what I gather, as you level up, you can go down the skill tree and put down as many points as you want. And when you reach a certain level, you can go back to previously learned skills and upgrade them even more. For example, I have my sword damage here. So by putting points into this tree, I just get extra sword damage. But to the left of it, there's lifesteal, which gives me health for every attack I do. But I need to be level 10 to do this. So this is the crossroads. Do you want to be more melee centric or range centric? And I quite like melee and I quite like range. So this is always a hard decision for me. You know what? Let's go melee. So we're gonna put little points into extra damage, and we're gonna give ourselves a spell. So this is Lightning Strike. This is the first spell we can learn. There's a single enemy with a normal attack, generates lightning bolts that damage additional nearby enemies. 2 to 5 physical damage for the first target. Hits the target 2 more enemies for 3 lightning damage, 8% of spell power. So the more willpower you have, and the more melee damage you have, the more damage this spell does. So let's put a point in there to learn it. And then we can add, as I said before, we had power-ups to our spells and weapons and sword attacks. We can add power-ups to these spells, which consume rage. So Shocking Strike, targets paralyzed. Voltic Web, 2 more targets are struck by lightning. And Lethal Jolt. The targets have a 10% chance of dying outright. That's a pretty awesome spell. But I'm going to add Shocking Strike to stun enemies with my lightning sword. And now let's add some points here. Because we're melee, I'm going to add some points to Body, something to Luck, and 1 into Willpower for the spell damage. And to save it, you just close these down. And it tells you right here how much damage per second you do for each of your spells and each of your damage. For your primary attack. And here we go. As we can see here, we have Lightning Strike. Now I think to consume the spell, you right click. So whatever's in your left icon, you left click, and whatever is in your right icon, you right click. But we'll test this out soon. Gold. And being an ARPG, I assume there will be lots of loot. Oh, that's lightning strike things. Yep. So as you can see, that consumed a lot of mana there because I was right-clicking to use lightning strike, which is quite cool. What I should have done though is queue up the shocking strike to stun these walls. So I'll do that next. I'll be ready to press Q because I'm already immediately down to half health. Come on, walls. So as you can see, those walls just stood still because I could shock them. And in the time that it took to... in the amount of rage I used up already to use that spell, I already regained it by normal attacking, so that's really cool. I have no idea what that was. Oh, that's right, that was a shrine. I think those just give you perks whenever you find them. Okay, I was wrong before. You don't actually queue up special attacks. Whenever you charge these up, it just boosts that specific power. So if we use a little bit of rage just to activate it once, it stuns enemies for 2 seconds. If you do it again, stuns enemies for 4 seconds. Again, 6 seconds. Which I think that's better. I don't really like queuing up spells because that makes me feel like I'm playing World of Warcraft or Knights of the Old Republic. I want to be right into the action, so I think this is more interesting. We don't have to use our swords, we can also use our guns if we want to. But I like just slashing people. But what is the this should be able to hotkey. So you press the number 2 button on your keyboard just to hotkey these power-ups. Gloves.
Look, a domovoid with a bag full of treasure.
Hi. What was that?
What's the matter with him?
He looked like he'd seen a ghost.
No, don't blame this on me. You started chasing him.
Okay, that was interesting. I assume whenever you find those on the map, you attack them and they give you gold. I wonder if we can kill those people. Oh, yeah, these are pretty easy. Whoa! No, those were not easy at all. Okay, so when you die, you can respawn at the nearest checkpoint, which costs 0 gold. Respawn in Marcona, 0 gold. Respawn right where you died, which costs gold. I'm just gonna respawn at the checkpoint because that wasn't too far away. Alright, so I assume because when I put my mouse over them, they have the name in purple. That means that they are dangerous. So I'm just gonna avoid the outlaws.
Kill the stranger. Bury him in the woods. I want the hat.
And these people...
I need healing potions.
The names of these people are just white, so I assume they are weak. Oh, my ghost died. Oh, I died. When Katarina dies, she falls into a weakened state for a short time.
This forest will swallow us whole and spit out my bones.
And still no sign of a decent inn.
Why would you need an inn? You're a ghost.
So I'm supposed to spend the rest of my nights among the trees like a peasant girl who got lost in the woods.
I'd love the idea.
Oh, I just ran away from you guys. Leave me alone. Well, I'm gonna figure out how to get past this section, and hopefully you can see more gameplay. It's been around 20 minutes, I think. So this is it for episode 1 of this Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it and you want to see more of this game, find out more, subscribe to my channel and like the video. Until next time, guys, take care.